For millennia, humanity followed the horizon. Then, a hand pressed a seed into waiting soil, and our world was born. 10,000 years ago, along the Euphrates, a farmer knelt in wet silt. Smoke curled from clay hearths. The future was taking shape in the drying of a single brick. A surplus of grain turned camps into cities along the Tigris and the Nile. Spoken memory hardened into marks on clay. From the Indus to the Yellow River, scribes tallied debts, rulers etched laws, and calendars tamed the floods. These scattered towns grew into worlds with rules, memory, and ambition. Empires rose to connect them. Roads built by Persia and Rome stitched together mountains and coasts. Han engineers cut canals, while Maurya courts standardized coins and measures. From a single seed, a state. From scattered states, a civilization. But not all worlds grew from river valleys. In Mesoamerica and the Andes, cities climbed mountainsides, their plazas alive with sacred ritual. Across Asia, new ideas began to travel. Hinduism and Buddhism mapped the paths of duty and release. A Confucian ethic shaped families and states. These teachings moved with pilgrims and kings, carried on the wind and in the hearts of prophets. Judaism forged a people of covenant. Christianity envisioned a universal church. Islam fused scripture with trade and law. The paths of prayer became the paths of exchange, crisscrossing deserts and oceans on the Silk Road and the monsoon winds. Then, in the 13th century, the Mongol Empire accelerated this flow, mixing ideas, technologies, and disease. A pattern of connection and contagion we still live with today. Around 1500, a sailor on the Atlantic gripped a salt-slick rail and watched a new world rise from the mist. Maps were no longer edges, but doorways. The Columbian Exchange moved crops, silver, and deadly germs across the oceans, while the machine of Atlantic slavery generated unimaginable profit from unimaginable cruelty. In Europe, new ideas sparked arguments about reason and rights, fueling revolutions that would rewrite the meaning of power. The pace of change was quickening. Soon, the factory would make it relentless. Generations later, that sailor's descendant feeds coal into a furnace, not in a ship's hold, but in a sprawling city mill. Steam drives the looms. Cities devour the countryside. Life is redefined by wages and strikes. Nations raise flags and empires chase resources, scrambling to carve up the globe. As profit and power outpaced wisdom, the networks of trade and empire tightened into tripwires for a global catastrophe. 2 world wars, a Great Depression, and genocide shattered the illusions of progress. From the ashes, anti-colonial movements forged new nations. After 1945, 2 superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, faced off under the shadow of the bomb. A new United Nations promised a world of rules, even as globalization linked markets and widened the gap between rich and poor. Today, we tap on glass to move money, ideas, and fear in an instant. The digital revolution binds our lives together, from the code on our screens to the carbon in our atmosphere. Your phone, your food, your future, all are threads in a single, shared, and fragile system woven across 10,000 years of history.